11:22 here, and I'm here for the reading for the Virgos out there for July 1st through July 6th. I just want to say thank you guys for all your likes, your comments, and to my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. And to my existing subscribers, I know I've been going for some time. I just had to take some time out away from YouTube to just take care of myself, and also with the planets when they moved into Cancer, which is in my 12th house. So I just want to take some time out for me, and I just want to say thank you guys for being patient with me while I did that. So I'm really feeling more refreshed to come on YouTube and ready to share these messages with you guys. So thank you. And as my usual disclaimer, that if this reading does not resonate, it's okay, because these are general readings, so you can just take what resonates with you, okay? Alright, so let's see what's going on with Virgos for July 1st through July 6th. We have the Four of Cups. So, you could be actually feeling a bit dissatisfied this week, but I feel that the universe has another way that you may not have seen before, Virgo. And you know, with the energies that's in Cancer, we could definitely feel things very deeply at this time. I feel that things that we were kind of managing that wasn't bothering us like that is really starting to bother us. Or you could just be in the place that you feel ignored by people. Maybe you feel like people are not really giving you that much a time, or when you try to reach out to them, it's kind of like you just feel ignored, like you're wasting your time. But the universe just wants to show you, maybe Virgo, it's time to pick up your own cup. You know, if someone doesn't see your worth, then they don't see your worth. You know, don't feel like you're not good enough, especially when you have done all that you can do to love a person. That could be like a relationship, a friend, a family member. You know, so make sure you're not too hard on yourself this week. And we also have the Page of Wands reverse. So I feel like this week you're really making a decision not to move forward with whatever this is. Maybe it's getting to the boiling point where it's like, you know what, I'm so tired of being ignored by people. I'm so tired of feeling like my feelings don't matter. So I'm just going to take my energy elsewhere. You know, I'm tired of constantly looking for new beginnings with people who don't have the time, energy to put back into me, and I always end up feeling like the Four of Cups. So I'm just going to end up putting myself first. Like, and sometimes when we first go into putting ourselves first, we do feel selfish. You know, you could be that Virgo where it could be very giving. And then it's like when you finally have enough, it's kind of like, even though you're justified to feel that way, it's still kind of like you feel bad. So even if that's the case, it's okay. Like, you shouldn't feel bad about putting yourself first, because that's who most important. You know, and that's what I also dealt with too. Like, when I first started to really put myself first, I felt guilty because I was so used to putting people above me for so long. And then I was like, you know what? I was tired of getting the short end of the stick. I was tired of letting people feel like they're entitled to what I gave. Even it's like I just was over it. I said, you know what? Because I didn't want nobody to feel like I gave up on them. That was another thing. You know, I was one of those people that was just like, well, maybe if I just stick around and do this. But the more as I stuck around, the more that their wounds also bled on me, you know. So at the same time, I just had to get to the point that I know that I'm working on myself, and if they choose to live their life that way, that's fine. But I'm not going to suffer with them in the process, or me feel like I'm the Four of Cups, you know. So we also have the Knight of Swords. So I really feel like this week you're not really in the action-oriented energy. I feel like you're really thinking on your life, and are you truly happy with where you are? Or even with the people, it may be career. You know, maybe you feel dissatisfied. Maybe you're at a job that you can't stand. or you're just in a place where you just don't feel accepted for who you are, so you just feel alone. But the universe just wants you to know that you're not alone, you know? And if you're not in a surrounding that's really promoting who you are, then maybe it's time to go. You know, it's okay that you may have just outgrown these people, you know? So let's see why the Four of Cups is here. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I really feel this week, Virgo, you could actually feel like maybe you're not fulfilled in your career. Maybe your career makes you money, but a part of you wants to start over. You know, that's the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're really trying to figure out what is your purpose in life. Like, why am I here? Like, yeah, I know I could work this job or I could do this, but at the same time, I still feel unfulfilled, you know? And I feel you're going to do some deep soul searching, you know? Like, what are my gifts? What are my talents, you know? I know that I'm a great organizer and I could be on schedule and all that, but I still want to feel that emotional contentment in what I do, and that's that Cancer energy that's really pushing for us all, because the South Node is in Capricorn. So it's more of us focusing on emotions. Are our jobs and careers, or anything for that matter, truly bringing not financial, emotional happiness? And we could come into a place where that's why you see people who have a lot of money, but they're like really mean or really miserable. You know, it's like, because yes, they may have like everything a person could want, but they don't really have people around them that they trust. They may not have people that really accept them for them. Maybe they had to be somebody that they're not just to make that money. And maybe that's how you feel. Maybe you feel like you're not truly yourself in whatever surrounding that you're in, you know, and which is normal to feel. So let's see why the Page of Wands is in reverse. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this card wanted to flip out too, the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess. So what I see here is you also are not accepting any offers at this time. I feel like you're not even focusing on relationships. I feel you're more focused on yourself, and like I said, tuning into your purpose, your energy. Why are you here? You know, tapping into who your soul is. You know, and that's the beautiful thing at the same time. Even though I'm a fire sign, and when water season comes around, I get kind of drowned out, you could say, you know. But at the same time, it really helps you connect with yourself. Really causes you to think, are you truly living a life that is a reflection of who you really are? Or is it just a way for you to feel comfortable financially, but on the back end, you feel not appreciated? You feel depressed. So I just really feel you're really spending more time with yourself. You're single, you're loving it, and you're just taking an opportunity to figure out who you are. Because I feel like you're at a point where it's just like, how can I want something from someone else if I don't even know who I am or what I want? Like, what is my own purpose? What is my own destiny? Why am I on this planet? You know, I have way more bigger fish. I have way more bigger fish to fry than to be stressed out about a partner or if someone loves me or not. I'm trying to figure out and love myself, like, first and foremost. So let's see why the Knight of Swords is here. We have the Chariot, and we have the Judgment. And I want to see why the Judgment is here. Why is the Judgment here? We have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So with the Chariot, it is a good decision that you are not moving towards anything right now. I feel like this week is really connected to who you are because it's judgment. The universe is saying, Virgo, like, it's time to step into your self love. It's time to focus on what is your Ace of Cups, what is your emotional contentment, what truly makes you happy. And that's when, soon as you figure that out, the universe is saying that's when the changes will start happening. So if you feel like this, it's time to pick that cup up for you. And look, I love this card in this deck. The Ace of Cups is so beautiful. It's overflowing. And the universe is like, hey, judgment time. What is your Ace of Cups? What do you like to do? Even what do you love about yourself? A lot of us, we look at other people and we say what we love about them, but what do we love about ourselves? What do we look at in the mirror every day? Do we admire just only some parts of us, or do we admire all the parts of us? And once you realize what you truly want, Virgo, those changes will start to take place. And your reality will start to match with who you are. But maybe you've been sending mixed signals out to the universe so it doesn't know what to bring you, you know? But once you stand firm on that, your ship is right behind you. Everything you ever wanted is closer than what you think. And with the Chariot, you will feel more balanced. Let's say if you've been more focusing on the positive sides of life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's another thing, on the spiritual journey, we go through phases when we first begin, and we don't really like to dive into the shadow side all the time, and or our anger or our sadness. And that was one thing for me in the beginning too. I was kind of like, oh, I just want to be positive. But what I realized was in 2017, I was in a dark period of my life, one of the dark periods I ever been. And I've learned a lot about my shadow side. I learned about, what wounds I had, what trauma I had, and it taught me so much about myself and to own it. To own me, to own all of me, my wounds, my imperfections, because they all make me, and the fact that I didn't accept me for me. So once I was in that place where I was in isolation, like the Four of Cups, because I was so dissatisfied, like I was in a career I couldn't stand. It wasn't a match to me vibrationally anymore. And I just wanted to start over. And this is a version of me starting over. What I do is more in alignment of who I really am. And I feel grateful every day. I may not make the same amount of money as I did, but nothing beats my peace of mind when I wake up every day. And the abundance will come. But that peace of mind is something that's so overlooked in life because it's always a distraction going on. It's always commercials and TV shows that cause us to feel that we're not good enough. That no, you gotta look like these celebrities, or you gotta look like that, and you gotta look like this. And how many people do you see in the world just follow these trends and everybody looks alike? You know, it's just crazy. It's like we live in a world that nobody truly appreciates who they are because they don't know what they want. So they always chase after what they see on TV, and that's an unrealistic expectation. So I feel like, Virgo, your soul is calling you to say, who are you? And what do you want to do? And do you own who you are 100%, shadow side and all? And then I feel like once you get to that point where it's like, you know what, I own who I am, that's when those changes in your life will be a match to who you are. So Virgo, I hope you guys appreciate this reading, and I catch you guys next week.